Welcome back to Space Castle Saturdays here on Space Castle, where a grown-ass man in his jammies, that's me, DT, goes about recapturing that cozy feeling of my childhood of getting up early on a Saturday morning to play that new video game that I just bought or rented the night before. It just occurred to me this past week, getting ready to do this episode, that this is the 31st anniversary, like today, November 23rd, of Sonic Spinball, which is kind of the oddball black sheep of the early Sonic games family. And it's one that I'm not acutely familiar with. It's not one that I ever owned. It's not one that like my best friend ever owned either. It is one that he and I used to go and ride bikes out through the desert to the nearest library to go rent on the weekends. So I have fond memories of playing this, sort of. But it's a weird one. And as you saw in the intro, Robotnik has a new fortress built on top of a volcano. And Sonic decides to infiltrate it from the sewers up. And for whatever reason, this entire fortress is made up of pinball game layouts. So this is a weird one. Sonic looks weird. He controls weird. It's nothing but pinball. The legend goes that Sega was acutely aware that they were not going to have Sonic the Hedgehog 3 ready in time for the 1993 holiday. And if you're not familiar, if you're a little bit younger, the 90s holiday seasons for video games were a big deal. Not only, this is me playing by the way now, we're already into it. Not only for the game developers and the console companies, but also gamers ourselves. Like we would pore over issues of Toys R Us catalogs, and we would like talk to our friends about what games we were going to get that Christmas and like what we were asking Santa for and all that jazz. And it was a really big deal because I still don't think we've ever really reached the heights that God, I hate that sound. We've never really reached the heights that the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis days of video gaming have provided, honestly. That sort of hype back in like the early 90s was just absolutely palpable. It like ruled your life when it came time for Christmas. So Sega was acutely aware that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was not going to be available and be ready on store shelves by the holiday season of 1993. Sonic 2 was a massive worldwide success. It was gigantic. And they didn't want to lose any sort of momentum for this Christmas and have to like wait until the following year, 1994, before a like mainstream flagship Sonic the Hedgehog title was released. So the A team for Sonic's development was, I don't even know how I got this far already. The A team for Sonic the Hedgehog's development, the mainstream Sonic games, was very busy with Sonic 3 and of course Sonic and Knuckles. So they got a bunch of B-listers to put this game together to rush it out in less than 9 months and throw it out in time for a Christmas release. The result, as you can see, is something that is strange and dark and weird looking, and it controls like asshole. We'll get into that in a little bit, but it is a super strange anomaly. But I thought it'd be fun because it's the actual anniversary of the game's release to play it and have everybody suffer along with me through it. It's nonsense, as you can tell. There is a very loose and very confusing manner in which you're supposed to go about completing these levels, and you're trying to collect 16 Chaos Emeralds instead of the usual 7. Don't ask me why. On your way to the very top of this fortress that Robotnik is built on top of a volcano. This game got very mixed reviews. Some people said it was clever and interesting and sort of a unique take on the Sonic mythos. Other people said, what the hell is this? We just want Sonic 3. And then there were other people who were like, this control's bad. This is confusing and weird. What's going on here? And I think the truth lies somewhere in between. The game's largely nonsense. Like it's complete and utter filler. I think it was released for the Game Gear as well, and I think it'd probably be better suited for that console, just by the very sort of nebulous nature of it. Like, I've never beaten this game. I don't know anybody who's ever beaten this game because it just takes forever to do anything. You're just threading the needle over and over again. But on Game Gear, on, like car rides, and the very short battery life the Game Gear had, I could see rocking this in the back of a car or, on a plane ride or something. But As a Genesis game, I imagine there's probably a lot of confused and probably disappointed kids in Christmas of 1993 or Hanukkah or whatever you might celebrate. Yeah, like I said, this is weird. It's pinball, but there's certain stretches where you can like get up and walk, and Sonic just feels sluggish and weird, and yeah. A button controls all of the left paddles. B button controls all of the right paddles. And you can actually kind of sort of direct Sonic in midair, which adds a level of intrigue and interest to this. I don't think I can get out of here. Yeah, I can. Cool. So you have agency over Sonic, which is unique for a pinball game like this. What am I doing? It's confusing, and it doesn't really make any sense. Come on! You spend all your time trying to thread these needles. Now we're in a minecart. Dope. Okay, we got a Chaos Emerald. Only 15 more to go. Oh, man. Okay. You can see that little guy down below. Well, it's not a little guy, it's a big guy. It's one of the things that freaked me out when I played this as a kid. You remember the panicking, you're gonna drown sound from Sonic 1 and 2? Like, you've heard it already here, but if you're in danger of getting swallowed by that sea beast, it gives you this crazy panic noise. Ooh! And if you get caught, I'll let him get caught, may as well. Come on. You have to push the buttons, or he gets eaten. Like, it's weirdly dark and strange, and the tone is just all over the place for it being, I mean, not a mainstream Sonic game, but a supplemental game. Yeah. But it's tough, too. Like, this is not an easy game. And I don't remember if it saves your progress or if I have to go back and get that. I may have to go back and get that emerald again. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah. Oh, and C button controls both paddles at the same time, in case you were wondering. But yeah, it's sluggish and it's awkward and it's got a distinct feel of people who didn't really understand the Sonic mechanics because they weren't familiar with working on previous games, and also probably weren't really accustomed to making pinball games either. I don't know. If you know more about this game's development than I do, please let me know, and let me know if the people who made this game were actually familiar with making pinball games, because this game's all over the place. There we go. No, I think I have to... Jesus, really? This counts all as one level. Like, I have to complete this level. And like regular... Man, that's nuts. So, if you've noticed, I have to hit those two buttons in those two corners where those worms that look like sharks are. Let's see if I can get to the other one real quick so I can demonstrate. Hey! Okay, see? Did that. That drains the tank where that Chaos Emerald is, and I have no idea how to get to it. You have to go up and around, obviously, but yeah. So I guess I have to do all these things, and it doesn't, like, hold progress for emeralds you've grabbed and whatnot. I guess I have to... I don't know. How are you? How's everybody doing? Better than me right now, I hope. But I like Space Castle Saturdays. I like playing video games. I like sharing video games. If this is your first time checking it out, I will frequently play an old game I love, an old game I never got a chance to play or didn't play enough of, in this case. Dang it. Or new games and, you know, newer games that I'm excited to play too. So come back every Saturday morning for something new and watch me suffer or watch me have a lot of fun, or sometimes a combination of both. I don't know if we're going to get through the first level of this. This game was a disaster. I'm regretting my life decisions. I'm not gonna lie. This might be the first half-hour-long episode of Space Castle Saturdays instead of the full hour. I don't know. Man, and those guys just respawn like nothing. No, hit the switch. It's just outright dead. That might be it. This might be the first 10-minute long episode. Oh, I'm gonna need more coffee. Shout out to my friend Alex for getting me this dope Spaceballs the mug as a gift years ago. We're just gonna keep at it. If you're done after that first go around, please be sure to like and subscribe and come back and see if I play something better next week. What? Yeah, I can't imagine like getting this as a gift, unless it was like from like a clueless aunt or something on Christmas or Hanukkah in 1993, being like, "Oh, shit, Sonic, hell yeah!" And then you play it, and it's like, "Oh, shit, Sonic." Okay, just hit the... Yeah, okay. Apparently those... they look like sharks to me, but apparently they're big worms. So, yeah. Okay. It's not gonna matter, because we're never gonna get there. Okay. Just a little bit more power, and we could have just like skipped that, I feel like. Boy. Right, the barrel thing. Let's see if we can just get right back in there. No, almost. Were there ever any good pinball games based on big franchises? Like, didn't they do like a Pokemon pinball that was alright? I don't remember. Okay, one of those. Right. Such an awkward jump. Alright, minecart again. Oh. Okay, we'll go this way. Like, that's a huge gap between paddles. Like, that's not, like... So, I hope everybody's gearing up for a good Thanksgiving. I have plans to go back down to Earth and celebrate Friendsgiving with a bunch of friends in Colorado, as we've done the past few years, which I always look forward to. Play a lot of video games, play board games. My friend who hosts, he's got a nice, fun whiskey collection that he's very generous with. And I'll grab some special beers or something to bring over to share. But yeah, there's a bunch of us who moved to Colorado and left our families behind. And we all get together for Thanksgiving and generally Christmas too. I think I might go back to Arizona for Christmas this year, but we'll see. That was just a wash right there. Awesome. But yeah, we have a good time. And I think, so the weekend after Thanksgiving is my birthday. So after Thanksgiving, the day after the Friday, I'm actually going to fly out to Arizona and do a second sort of late Thanksgiving dinner with my dad and sister. And we'll cruise around some of my favorite breweries back there. It's like a birthday thing. I'll see my friend Nick, who I've talked about here multiple times, because he was very central to my upbringing and my love of video games. Like he and I, if we weren't being forced outside by our parents to go outside and play and get some vitamin D and act like normal kids, we were playing video games all the time. So yeah, if it wasn't games that I owned or he owned, we would oftentimes like talk our parents into taking us to like Blockbuster or, you know, Hollywood Video and rent video games for the weekend and stay at each other's houses and play video games. Or he and I legendarily would ride bikes through the desert to the library nearest to his house in Glendale, Arizona. I don't think that desert's there anymore. I think it's been all developed. But we'd jump on bikes and we just go right through the desert to get to the library. And if either of us had money, we'd stop by like the Peter Piper Pizza on the corner or something, and we like play more arcade games. Or we'd stop at this little shop called Get a Burger and get like milkshakes and stuff. But yeah, we'd ride bikes to the desert, we'd go to the library, we'd rent games for free. And this is one of the games we'd rent a few times. And I don't think either of us ever got past this first level. It's just brutal, guys. I know that there are playthrough videos of this game on YouTube, and I am so sorry that this isn't one of them. This is just me regaling tales of my childhood, being up way too early on a Saturday morning. Hooray, we did it again. We got rid of the nuclear waste, and we'll never get to that Chaos Emerald. But, and you know, just celebrating gaming in general. It's such an important part of my life and always has been, literally since I was a baby. So, my dad worked for golf and stuff when he was a teenager. And if you're not familiar, go and watch The Karate Kid, and it totally looked exactly like that. It's called, there's still one left in California, I think, and I think there's one in Arizona, but it's called Castles and Coasters now. And it still looks largely the same. It's super weird. But he loved video games because he worked with video games. My mom was a huge gamer. She was honestly a completionist before that was even a thing. And, you know, she never ripped off any charities or anything. But, yeah, she was the one who was always 100%ing and finishing games before I could even get a chance to. Like, she'd wait till we went to bed as kids, and she'd stay up late and master Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario World. And only person I've ever seen to this day ever finish Miss Pac-Man on the Genesis. I didn't even know that game was finishable. I thought it was like randomly generated and just went on forever, but she finished it. I'm just going in circles here. I wish there was some way. I wish I knew how to get through this faster. God, this is crap. They can't all be good, right? Maybe I'll play Sonic 3 or Sonic 2 next week for Thanksgiving to, well, I mean, I'll be in Arizona, so we might not have a Space Castle Saturday next week. I'll be doing it from my dad's couch, which would just be weird. But, yeah. Hopefully the tales of my childhood and growing up around video games are sufficing in place of this horrible game with bad controls. All right, I'm gonna pull my phone out and I'm gonna see if there's any cheat codes for this one, to like level skip or something. There's gotta be, right? Sonic Spinball cheats. Here we go. Oh, okay. So this says if you go into the sound effects option and play the following sound sequences for the desired effect, you can do 25% speed. I don't think we want to go any slower in this game. We don't want to do 50% speed. Sped up music, that's stupid. Free movement. Press the game and okay. Huge sprites, invert colors, scene 1 bonus stage. So these are just cutscenes. Okay, here we go. Stage skip. Options. There's one player. Yeah. Wait, is this for the Genesis version? Yeah. This page lists of cheat codes, Easter eggs, and tips for Sonic Spinball for Genesis. Choose the sound effects option. Hold on. So like, no. What am I missing here? Hold on. This is the worst episode of this show so far. I'm sorry. It's also the worst game I've played easily. Man, I don't want to sit here in silence. This sucks. Thank you, Team Sonic. No, this wasn't even Team Sonic. This is like bullshit. People that they pulled off the street to make this game. They had the interns make this game. Leave a comment down below if you actually enjoyed this game. And let me know if your therapist is still around and if they've got an active phone number. Yeah, we got this down to a science. We can get the nuclear waste around the emerald gone. Just can't get to the emerald. Like, man. Yeah, there's just... Oh, you asshole. Yeah. Why did they make this game at all? I feel like they would have been better off just waiting for Sonic 3 to come out. I feel like this just damaged the brand, honestly. Like I said before, this game was all over the place in terms of reviews. Like, yeah. Shut up. Just let me out. Oh. Okay. Awesome. No, I don't want to. Thank you. Hit the button. There we go. I can't believe it's designed like this where there's no checkpoints. Maybe there are checkpoints and I'm just so bad at this I haven't gone to any yet. Alright, let's try and... No! What this do? Right, forgot about that. Come on! Alright, I'm gonna let myself die. Just so you can see Sonic getting eaten by this thing. I think it just clamps down on him and he like falls and dies. No. Yeah, he gets ate. I want the game over. I want to go back to the main menu. I feel like I'm missing something. There's gotta be some way to input cheats. I just want to see another level beside this one. There's an airplane that was never ever in the franchise ever again. Okay, options. Yes. Music on, flipper, music, speed, normal. What am I missing here? We're going fast. I don't care. It's gonna be a disaster. We might end the video here. Oh my god, that is absurd. But he goes back to normal when he's bouncing off stuff. Oh, I just did this. Yeah, okay. They didn't even... Oh my god, when I was messing around... No? What the heck? Everybody saw the flipper not move when I hit the button, right? I mean, you guys can't see me hit the button. But yeah. Just trust me on this one. Come on. Sweet, merciful Christ. Has Gaming Historian ever done a video about this? Because I bet it's full of sadness. Oh, God. Oh, I hate this fucking game. Oh, no, I have to go back and... I have to go back before I upload and screw up that... No, I'm going to leave the F word in there, actually. You know what? I never mark these videos for kids anyway. Kids don't need to see a grown-ass man in his pajamas playing video games. This ain't Matt Gates' house. Oh, I'm sorry about that joke. Alright. We're at a half hour now. If you've stayed this long, why? This game is an abomination and an affront. An affront to Sonic the Hedgehog and all that is good of the Sega Genesis. Like, leave a comment down below if you have any fond memories of this game at all. What? What? I don't even know what happened. Oh my god, I'm so tired of these worms. game makes noises like I did something good. All I'm doing is like doing the exact opposite of like progressing. This game is a metaphor for my adulthood. Made myself sad. Just get in the hole. I forgot I died. And I'm literally tearing up right now. Oh my god, this is the worst. This is the worst. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to play this for another half an hour. Guys, are we good with a half an hour episode of this one? Like, we're not going to see anything else. We are not going to see anything else. You're just going to see my descent into madness and my priming this Saturday morning as being the catalyst for an awful Saturday. Or setting the bar so low that this will be the greatest Saturday of my life. Oh, this game is crap. And there's all kinds of like weird ways you can die in this game too, and we'll never see any of them or like. Oh man. Kill the chicken. Excellent. Was it though? Was it? Here's this again. Is there a subgenre of videos on YouTube for rage quitting that might land on the algorithm and get me some views and watch hours? What? No, no, jump. Hit the button, hit the... I can't do anymore. I can't. I am officially rage quitting for the first time on Space Castle Saturdays. The series here in Space Castle where a grown-ass man in his pajamas, that's me, DT, goes about recreating the absolutely infuriating and heartbreaking memory of getting up early on a Saturday morning before your parents could take the TV away from you and make you go play outside to play that video game you rented the night before, only to be wholly disappointed by the absolute garbage that was awaiting you in this case. I think I repressed all memories of this when I played it as a kid. Rightfully so. What a bare bones, basic, unfortunate attempt at cashing in on the holiday season instead of just being patient and releasing Sonic 3. thank goodness nobody played this when it came out, and nobody had their memories sullied, and were still excited when Sonic 3 came out. I was. That was the first game I ever bought with my own money as a child. I adore that game. I still have that copy 30 years later, literally. If you're new to Space Castle, if I'm not playing games on Saturdays, I'm doing really fun, nerdy essay videos with all kinds of zany side stories, and I'm out in outer space, so there's aliens and all kinds of weird stuff happening, special effects and Premiere Pro and After Effects things happening. I'm very proud of it. People seem to like it. I don't think any of them will come back after watching this video. But I'm done. I'm done. I'm sorry. This is a short episode. I'm gonna go put some whiskey in this coffee and try and forget this ever happened. I recommend you do the same. You deserve that, Sonic.